What is up, guys? Welcome to Murray's Annie, and today we're delving deeper and further into SSSniperwolf's lawsuit. Now, if you don't know who SSSniperwolf is, she is a content creator with over 33 million subscribers, recently come under fire for her low-effort reaction content, and for doxing fellow YouTube member jacksfilms. Now, for this doxing incident, you have to put yourself in the mind frame of imagine being at your own house, and you're sort of just making funny videos online, and then suddenly, because you thought, they could do a better job at acting, they just turn up outside your house. Now, that's exactly what SSSniperwolf did, except imagine that actor now posting a picture of your house to their millions and millions of followers. So yeah, essentially imagine Tom Holland creeping up in the night, posting a picture of your yard, and then saying it's on. Now, for these allegations, doxing can actually carry jail time. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying our best to get to 1k subscribers. Thank you for all the support so far. It really does mean the world. Let's get right back into it. This visit, coupled with the live stream with jacksfilms reacting to what happened, raises a lot of questions whether about SSSniperwolf was actually weaponizing her audience or not. In California, this is explicitly illegal under the California Penal Code 6532. Now, people have speculated that this unusual behavior from SSSniperwolf is because of her recent lawsuit with Evan Young, who is her ex-husband. Why is this lawsuit any matter? Well, it contends with the SSSniperwolf channel itself. Now, I say itself because SSSniperwolf as a monicum was explicitly designed and co-founded by Evan Young and Leah Salesh. And now at scale, with this 33 million subscribers, she might be making up to $15 million per year from AdSense revenue. Now, that's not counting additional income such as brand deals, merchandise, and her other channels, but this immense financial stake might be a motivation for some of her crazy actions as of late. However, Sniperwolf's actions, such as including showing up unannounced to jacksfilms' house, have a lot more significant ethical and legal implications. Now, California actually has anti-doxing laws, so if jacksfilms chooses to prosecute or charge SSSniperwolf, she can be categorized as an invasion of privacy, stalking, civil liability, harassment, or even intentional infliction of emotional distress, all of which could result in legal consequences such as jail time. So it's looking quite crazy out there. Now, all of this might actually give us more insight as to why YouTube have had this very hands-off approach. We see with this response to this terms of service person that YouTube don't sort of interact this outside of their remit because the doxing was done on Instagram, but also because Salesh is one of their top creators who has also been in contact, well, Evan Young has been in contact with YouTube themselves, as we'll reveal later on. Evan Young being Sausage, by the way. Now, YouTube have actually forced their hand upon SSSniperwolf, and they've temporarily demonetized her for an unspecified amount of time, which, some people are saying, oh, it's too lenient, it's just a slap on the wrist, but at the end of the day, the fact that we've got any repercussions from this is it was more than I expected personally. But this whole thing with YouTube saying that we need to look into both sides, jacksfilms is not in the wrong at all. He's the victim here. All he was doing was making funny videos on the internet. When was it acceptable to turn up around someone's house because they're making videos? Who knows? Now, yeah, this is when we get into a massive grey area of what should be prosecuted by YouTube and what should be lenient in the eyes of YouTube. This just means they need to be more explicit in their terms and service and all that kind of stuff, so we could just see what's right and what's wrong. Although I don't think doxing is allowed. Oh wait, it isn't. It's definitely not allowed on the YouTube's terms and service. Now let us enter into the SSSniperwolf and Evan Sausage feud. So in this latest update, we can see allegations, a ceasefire agreement, and even a counterclaim from SSSniperwolf herself. Now, to kick things off, we have to go into some context. Once upon a time, SSSniperwolf and Evan Young were a dynamic duo. They were running the SSSniperwolf channels by this conglomerate Channel Red, and they were, 50-50 partners in all of this, as explained in my previous videos. But as often is the case in fame and fortune, things took a rather dire turn. Now, here, let's look at this ceasefire agreement, shall we? This agreement is meant to basically bring an end to hostilities between both parties. In this document, dated December 20th, we can see hints about a brief lockout period between Evan and SSSniperwolf, where SSSniperwolf is complaining that she couldn't get into any of her socials because Evan felt like that he needed to prevent SSSniperwolf from getting onto these channels that they had 50-50 stake in, because SSSniperwolf might upload content without his go-ahead. Now let's dissect the counterclaim posed by Sniperwolf's side. Shout out to Madcaster for all of this information, by the way. Now, one of the main points is that it's very vague and it doesn't really have much credibility, as according to Madcaster, by the way. Shout out Madcaster for all of this information, because he has a much better breakdown of the legal side of all of this, so I'll be linking that video in the description. As for now, we're just going to go brush over this very, very lightly. So here we have in the official legal documents, I believe this is from Celesh's lawyers. Let's go and read this. Celesh began a YouTube channel in early 2011 utilizing a deviation of the moniker SSSniperwolf, where she posted videos about gaming and games prior to meeting Young. Celesh met Young in mid-2013 and the two became romantically involved. They married soon after they met in 2013. Young provided minor assistance to Celesh in posting YouTube videos through mid-2013 to 2016 at the time. The revenue generated from Celesh's YouTube channel would be deposited into Celesh's bank accounts, while the revenue generated from Young's YouTube channels would be deposited into Young's bank account. Now that's so interesting that he had such a minor role. Then what is all this about? You know, what is all this about if he had such a minor role? And they already said that it's 50-50. What is such a minor role that you would give someone 50% of your whole channel? Now, that's just the interesting thing to me. While Young enjoyed moderate success on YouTube, Celesh became an So here they're kind of just rubbing it in Young's face here. This is quite funny, actually. While Young enjoyed moderate success on YouTube, Celesh became an internationally recognized YouTuber under the moniker SSSniperwolf. Currently, both YouTube channels featuring Celesh /SSSniperwolf and Little Leia, collectively YouTube channels, have millions of followers combined and generate millions of dollars of revenue each year. Thank you for hammering that one home. Around the point in time, Celesh and Young began to share their bank accounts, and revenue from each of the YouTube channels was deposited into their joint accounts. Okay, on February 8th, 2017, Young, with Celesh's permission, organized Channel Red. Young, taking advantage of Celesh's naivety with legal matters, appointed himself as co-manager, while each owned 50% of the membership interest. Young and Celesh never discussed how profits would be split. So here they're trying to paint Evan Sausage as some evil mastermind that manipulated poor little Celesh Leia into signing some contracts and owning 50% of yada yada yada, and he grew jealous and yada yada, all this kind of stuff. They're really, you know, there's really a lot to read between the lines here from these lawyers, and I don't really like their tone. While each owns 50% of the membership interest, Young and Celesh never discuss how profits would be split. Just after Young filed his petition, he wrestled control of the YouTube channels from Celesh and Channel Red without her knowledge. He secretly changed the login password credentials on YouTube channels to fit his personal email and password without providing the information to Celesh. When Celesh attempted to log into the YouTube channels to upload the content, she was unable to do so. Celesh asked Young what was going on and requested the login, and he refused to provide it. He continued to prohibit her from uploading videos and content to the YouTube channels during the most historically lucrative months of the year, being December. This is very insane. It's like even putting that into like, oh, he did this all on the most lucrative months of the year because he did that on purpose. No, I think it's just because he was scared that you're running away with the bag when he's, you know, he's contributed to it. You know, you agreed 50-50. He's been putting the work in, and you're just going off and making your own money. I mean, what's going on here? Channel Red's revenue diminished in 2022 and 2023 because Young prohibited Celesh from posting videos during the critical time periods. In an effort to mitigate the prospective damage to Celesh's reputation as well as Channel Red's business and the YouTube channel, Celesh created new YouTube channels which enjoyed the immediate success given her tremendous following. However, Young, without any basis, continued to copyright the new channels, forcing Google to remove the YouTube videos before they gained any traction, causing even further damages to Channel Red. In response to the lockout, Celesh and Channel Red filed a lawsuit, Maricopa County Superior Court case number, it's blanked for privacy reasons. Now this is actually very interesting, because I assume that these channels are like the ones set up to make money, like the SSSniperwolf in Spanish, Espanol, I think, and the other YouTube channels, but you can't really copyright something if, you know, you didn't already make it. So her re-uploading these videos and him copyright claiming, it means you made them in a past environment anyway, maybe with sausage, I don't know, you know, so maybe he has full right to copyright claim these videos if you're trying to upload them to different channels and not give him his 50%. In response to the lockout, Selesh and Channel Red filed a lawsuit. Following a return hearing on temporary restraining order, Selesh and Young agreed to a ceasefire deal and corresponding alternative dispute resolution mechanism to resolve any disputes related to the Channel Red ceasefire agreement. Specifically, Selesh and Young agreed as followed. Young will provide the username and login credentials for YouTube channels to allow for mutual admin access. There will be a mutually agreed upon upload schedule which will simply maintain the system that was in place. Why would you need to maintain a system that was in place if Evan Young, Mr. Sausage, was such a minor role? These lawyers aren't very good. Young will continue to upload videos in good faith. The parties will coordinate regarding posting dates and times in advance. The content will not stray from the standard flow of content and simply allow the business to thrive, avoid any further damages, and uphold the Sniperwolf name, and uphold the business commitment to all those that are depending on consistent, professional, and valuable content. If you could call it that, that's actually hilarious. Both parties will refrain from sabotaging any video performance by altering past, present, or future upload metadata, upload platform specifics, video tags, and descriptions, etc. There will be agreed upon format that follows the previous patterns. So I'm assuming that stuff there, doing the upload metadata, platform titles, tags, is what Young does. Now, maybe, you know, YouTubers know how important those things are, but the fact that SSSniperwolf hasn't done them herself I feel like, you know, warrants Young's 50% there. Even though to like the unsuspecting person it might just seem like a small little bit, but tallied up over years and years and years, writing enough titles and coming up with enough clickbait titles, it'll do your head in. From and after the date of this agreement, neither party shall make or publish any statements on the YouTube page or on any other social media or other public platforms that malaligns, defames, or materially damages the reputation or good name of one another of the company. Now that's very interesting, you see, because Sniperwolf has gone and damaged the reputation and good name of the company with this whole doxing thing, which is very ironic. After customary business and expenses are paid, money generated from the YouTube channels will be split evenly between parties without any waiving rights as to reconciliations of the funds in the future. The term customary business expenses refers solely to the expenses incurred for utilities, video editing, and content gathering, and does not include any other expenses, including expenses for or relating to clothing, wardrobe, travel, jewelry, and vehicles. It is legal jargon, to be fair. If anyone else can, you know, make up what that meant, please let me know. You guys are probably more informed than me when it comes to this kind of stuff. Oh, so they're alleging here that Young breached the ceasefire agreement by bringing the instant litigation without following the dispute resolution mechanisms. Young also continues in his unhinged attempts to damage Channel Red and tank the YouTube channel out of spite because of the end of his romantic relationship with Selesh. Indeed, in September 2023, Young tried to force YouTube to stop Selesh and Channel Red from Channel Red's routine operations and Selesh's speaking engagements, making veiled threats that he would expose Selesh and destroy the channels. Wow, I think here they provide some evidence. Here, yeah. Haley, I know we made YouTube aware of some pending legal troubles, issues in the past. I do feel it a responsibility considering we are one of the biggest brands on the platform. I wanted to give an update regarding the lawsuit I have filed against Aaliyah. I hope to have quick resolution to this, but nothing is for certain. The lawsuit attached in the event anyone at YouTube legal needs it. I do have to advise we, SSSniperwolf, should stay out of the spotlight for the foreseeable future. I know we have been wrongfully excluded from previous talks like initial initial VidCon talks, and who knows what else last year. The nature of the lawsuit itself and things that may come out would ultimately hurt our brand, which could/would be worse in the combination with having SSSniperwolf featured in the public spotlight. Now, I think that's an email from Young to someone at YouTube, basically warning them that, hey, we've got some legal disputes going on, and seeing as Sniperwolf is one of the biggest brands on the platform, letting YouTube know about this kind of stuff is, you know, part and parcel of what happens when you get big. And yeah, I feel like the stuff that would come out, i.e. Young editing, scripting, and whatever he does for the videos, might hurt the brand, which it has come out, and I guess it's hurting the brand. So maybe he was right and didn't want Sniperwolf to do the stuff that she's currently doing. So they're also alleging here that on a monthly basis, Young removes half the money from Channel Red's account without allowing Channel Red to first pay its expenses, despite the ceasefire agreement straddling Selesh with paying Channel Red's expenses from her portion of the account, which I can also imagine being quite mad, quite intense, you know. I feel like, yeah, you know, all the tax and stuff should be sorted before that 50% is taken out, because that can really that could leave someone in a bit of issue. So if Young's been doing that, that's not a cool move. Young does not create any scripts or content for Channel Red. Young continues to attempt to sabotage brand deals, but then complains when he's not paid half of the money for such brand deals. Young's erratic, vindictive, and volatile behavior is causing severe financial damage to Channel Red. But here, the interesting thing is, shout out to Madcaster. The interesting thing here is Young does not create any scripts or content for Channel Red. That's basically them saying it's not like he's never done it, it's not like he will never do it. So it's basically saying that he did used to, but at this point in time he doesn't, which would make sense. I mean, I don't suppose like her and Sausage are getting along very well at home. Now, thank you for tuning into this video. If you've liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1K subscribers, so yeah, if you would like to help us get there, please click that little button. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.